Hello and welcome back to another episode of Walkabout. I got my hands on some of the Harman Phoenix 2, and it's still 200 speed. It's apparently a new formula. It's supposed to be better than Phoenix 1. I didn't mind Phoenix 1. I thought it was quite a stylized look, but the graininess was a little bit odd. But in general, it was fun. It was nice to have a different competitor in the space. So I wasn't against it. And I think for the first generation, it was pretty good. There's some full-on lore inside this box, by the way. Anyway, I'm gonna look at the film here. We have the canister. It's still looking quite yellow, and I've seen lots of people have already posted about this because they get preferential treatment and they get to test these out beforehand. But I have this one roll, and I'm just gonna continue to shoot it at 100. Maybe we'll do a few shots at 160 and 200 because the original Phoenix, it was rated for 200. From what I've seen so far, I'm still not fully convinced that it is absolutely 200 speed. So we're gonna because we only have one roll, we're gonna take a chance and just overexpose it a little bit. But we'll take a few shots at 200 just to see as well, see how it compares. I think there might still be some grain, but I've heard the color reproduction is a lot better now. So no promises, but let's just jump right in and see. I'm gonna load this in the Minolta X700, take it out, shoot a couple different lighting conditions, maybe some bright sunny places and some shade, just to see how it performs, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Let's go look at some pictures and take some pictures. So I'm gonna shoot this scene at 100 and 200 just to see, because it looks like there's some decent dynamic range. We're gonna see what it looks like on both speeds. So I hope you like those pictures. So some preliminary thoughts from this single roll that I shot, and I shot it overexposed. Even though I did try a couple shots at 200, I think that it does seem to do better even at the 200 than the previous one. But I do still think that it is better at 100, at least from what I saw. Everything looked good at 100. I will maybe try and do one at 200 in the future if I can get my hands on another roll. But let's talk about preliminary thoughts on the roll in general. So I feel like it is a step in the right direction. I think that the color reproduction is far more closer to real life. Like, it's still got some stylization going on, but it's not nearly as bad as it was before. Like, I wouldn't say bad, it was not nearly as strong as it was before. Because I didn't mind the original Phoenix. I would still shoot it, I just don't think I would use it all the time. I feel like still, for me, it does feel like it's still very much a daylight balanced film, so I don't really like it so much in the shade, or I don't even know how it would do indoors. So maybe if I can get another roll, I'll try some indoors as well. But in the sun, it seems to do quite well. And at 100 speed, really great. Everything seems like it's a lot better. The resolution seems like it's really good. I'm gonna show you like a punched in image right now of some text on the box in one of the images, so you can see that it's quite decently sharp. It's still a little bit grainy for my taste, but I don't hate it. It's definitely something that's got its own look, and I don't mind film that has its own look, that, like, you know, Ektar or my personal favorite Vista. So I think that it's okay to have a stylized film, especially when we have stuff that's out there that's more neutral in its look. So stylization is really not the problem. I do think that if we can fix that grain, it would be a little bit nicer. It would be nicer to have the grain be not so coarse and the colors to be a little bit more consistent. But generally, I'm quite pleased. I think it does a lot better. I think it's a lot more controlled. A lot of the glow that you saw with the original Phoenix, it seems to be a lot better controlled. The halation is practically gone. It's still there, but for the most part, I think you can really just say that it's a lot more standard and not as I would say, like, shoddy as the first one. Because the first one was good at 100, and at 200 and stuff like that, it did start to suffer a little bit more. And you just saw all these like extra artifacting, like the glow and the halation. So stuff like that I think is a lot better, and I think overall I think that they did a pretty good job. I think it's a worthwhile upgrade. I not sure how much this is going to be like fully retail price, because I just picked up one roll and it was on the higher end. I think I paid around $20 for it, but I feel like 20 Canadian. I feel like if it was closer to 15 or 16, it might be okay. I still wouldn't necessarily say it's a great deal, but again, since it's a lot smaller and smaller run as well, and some of the first stuff from Ilford in color, I don't mind that it's a little bit more expensive, but it would be nice to get it closer to a more consumer price of around like maybe $12-13, maybe even less if possible. But you know, I understand that black and white film and color film are very different, so I don't know if that's just wishful thinking. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I have some very interesting stuff that I'd like to try out. I found this very strange camera from Canon called a Fotura. It kind of looks like a Handycam, not too dissimilar to like the Kyocera Samurais that you may have seen. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time. I'm gonna look like a weird person on the street trying to shoot that, but you know, we do it for the love of the game. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.